information to draw from. But you have to prepare for each game. Hopefully you have a routine for what your preparation is like. You build those habits through the course of the season.
Coach, against a team that plays at such a fast pace, how important will it be to limit the live ball turnovers?
Well, I think that's huge. I think, for any team, we always talk about our defense, rebounding and low turnover. That puts you in position to win. If you're turning the ball over, you're putting them in the open floor, particularly the live ball turnovers, and those are the easy baskets that really hurt you.
Tom, Jalen's first year as the quote-unquote captain. How do you think he handled that role?
Yeah, and that's and to me, it's interesting because my view of leadership, I want a team of leaders. I don't think it falls on any one particular person, but the best leadership that you have are the things that you do every day. And he's always been terrific, whether he had the title or not had a title of captain. And so when you have somebody that sets the tone for your team that way, everyone follows that.
Would you say he was kind of a quote-unquote leader from?
Holy shit. John, come look at this.
100.
Say there's this notion that, in the NBA, everyone says all the right things and they do none of them. And then you have other guys who, at their actions say what their leadership is. They're doing all the right things all the time. So it's not just in front of the media, rah, 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 say this, say that, and then those guys do none of the things that they say that they're doing.
Hey, Tom, I don't know if you saw it, but New York City named streets after all 15-year players temporary. And I know you talk about, don't pay attention to all that other stuff, don't get too high. But is it hard when, stuff like that is happening?
Well, I think that's the challenge of the playoffs. I mean, there's so many things that are going on, and it's great. I think where the league is, and certainly our fans and all that stuff. But I think as you prepare, it's important to stay disciplined so you don't get distracted and focus on the task at hand, and that's the most important thing.
I would like to.
In what ways is this Pacers team different from when you faced the playoffs last year?
I think probably the biggest thing is just the experience. It's a year later, so as you go through things, you're gaining more and more experience. So their style of play is their style of play. The strengths of the club are the strengths of the club, and just as you prepare for them, you have to understand what you're preparing for. And I think that's important.
In terms of preparing for them, Tom, their depth, does that make you look at anything any differently in terms of how deep they can go?
No, you got to know them inside and out. You know their style of play. Then I think the challenge is how are you going to set your defense, and then how are you going to attack offensively, and you have to do it together as a group.
Tom, Tyrese obviously is a guy who one day can have 30 points and 10 assists, the next day he might have 15 points and 20 assists. Just what makes him so special as a playmaker?
Well, I think he's an offense unto himself. His great size, he can shoot the ball. He's off the dribble. He's a terrific passer. He's got vision, and so we have to make sure that we're guarding him with our team. If he gets into space, that's when he's problematic. So we got to make sure that he's seeing bodies.
Hey, Coach, speaking about the depth of Benedict Backman that's going up for a few games next season, what's the challenges of containing him as well as the other stars?
Yeah, he's an explosive scorer. We got to make sure that we defend him into the game. You can't give him space. If the attacking player gets downhill, can get hot real fast. We got to make sure he doesn't get clean looks.
Tom, with the way they defend, they put pressure on you in the backcourt. How do you think you guys have handled that over the course of this season?
Yeah, and it's not anything new. So we've dealt with it all year. When we've played them, 3 times in the regular season, played them in the playoffs last year. So we understand, what they're trying to do, and we got to be ready for that.
Same starters?
Could be.